Sareena Blake stepped out of the cab into the brisk December air, her dark skin glowing against the pale winter light of New York City. The streets were alive with holiday energy, but she moved as if the city paused around her, her presence commanding subtle attention. Aurora Mall, towering and pristine, gleamed in the late afternoon sun, a cathedral of wealth and sophistication. Marble floors reflected crystal chandeliers, and the scent of orchids mingled with the faint perfume of luxury. She adjusted her coat, the fabric flowing elegantly, and pushed through the revolving doors, entering a world where every step echoed privilege. Inside, the mall hummed with the murmur of shoppers and the soft clink of high-end store fixtures. Her eyes immediately caught Maison L'Atelier, where Catreen Morgan, the boutique's sharp-eyed manager, noticed her too. Catreen's lips curved into a polite but patronizing smile. "Can I help you, miss?" she asked, her tone as smooth as ice. "Just looking around," Sareena replied lightly, her smile quiet yet confident. Catreen's smirk deepened, dismissive but tinged with curiosity. There was something about this woman, poised and calm, that unsettled her. What she didn't know was that Sareena was no ordinary shopper. She was the daughter of Richard Blake, the very man who owned the sprawling empire that the mall represented. Years ago, Sareena's life had been marked by distance and loss. Her mother had passed away when Sareena was a teenager, leaving letters hinting at unresolved family secrets. Her father's absence had carved a quiet strength in her, a patience and poise that could command attention without a word. Now standing in Aurora Mall, she felt a sense of purpose she hadn't known in years. Catreen continued her subtle assessment, unaware of Sareena's true identity. She approached her with forced politeness, trying to maintain control. "Are you finding everything you need?" she asked. Sareena's eyes met hers, sharp and unyielding. "I'm observing," she said lightly, letting the word linger. That small remark unsettled Catreen more than any confrontation ever could. She had always ruled her domain with calculated authority, yet this newcomer seemed impervious to intimidation. Over the next few days, Sareena moved quietly through the mall, taking note of staff interactions, customer service, and the subtle hierarchy that dictated who thrived in the world of luxury. Her observation was meticulous, almost invisible, yet every glance and gesture she made was recorded mentally, a map forming of the mall's inner workings. Meanwhile, Catreen's unease grew. She noticed how employees treated Sareena with respect, some even bending slightly to accommodate her presence. Something didn't add up. In her ambition and pride, she had overlooked details that now shone clearly. 3 years earlier, Sareena had lived in London, her life marked by her mother's death and her father's absence. A letter from her mother had hinted at unresolved family issues and Sareena's eventual return to New York. When she arrived at Aurora Mall, she encountered Catreen again. The manager's subtle insults and thinly veiled disdain only fueled Sareena's quiet observation. Catreen, on the other hand, had no idea who Sareena really was. Her ambition made her blind to the truth, until she noticed Mrs. Lynn, a senior staff member, treating Sareena with respect. The name Blake flashed in Catreen's mind, a growing suspicion that something was off. By the end of Part 2, Sareena had begun her silent assessment of the mall and its staff, gathering information while Catreen's unease grew. Sareena moved gracefully through boutiques, testing the reactions of the staff, noting who bowed to hierarchy and who let arrogance guide their work. Every interaction became a lesson, every smile and gesture a piece of the puzzle. One evening, Sareena took the private elevator to a floor she had never visited before. There, standing casually yet imposing, was Richard Blake, her father. Their reunion was calm but emotionally charged. Meanwhile, Catreen discovered the truth through security, footage and press archives. The woman she had insulted was indeed the owner's daughter. Panic set in. Sareena began visiting the mall more frequently, subtly testing the staff and observing the true dynamics of the empire she might inherit. Her father invited her to the upcoming charity gala, a perfect stage to reveal her identity and set the record straight. As the gala approached, Sareena planned her steps carefully. She watched Catreen's interactions with staff and noted her attempts to command respect through intimidation. Sareena's quiet confidence contrasted sharply with Catreen's artificial dominance, and each encounter deepened the tension between them. The gala was a spectacle of luxury. Sareena entered in a flowing emerald gown, catching everyone's attention. Catreen, expecting to be the center of admiration, felt her confidence crumble as Sareena's poise and quiet authority captivated the crowd. In a private confrontation, Sareena reminded Catreen that arrogance and disrespect have consequences, especially in a world built on power and grace. Richard Blake publicly acknowledged his daughter before all the guests, cementing her rightful place in the empire. Catreen had no choice but to face her mistakes and learn humility. The evening ended with Sareena walking through the crowd, calm, confident, and triumphant, the undisputed heir of Aurora Mall, proving that true power comes from patience, intelligence, and inner grace.